I mean, as an organisation and like a small local charity, we're able to maintain our properties and gardens to the standard we'd expect. But what Remedi and the young people have allowed us to do is all the would-be nices that we wouldn't have been able to do. So we can go around and mow the lawns, but what the young people have been doing is making the gardens a much nicer place to be, trimming the hedges, doing some planting. Our main office, they've even been facilitating some outdoor growing projects and wellbeing projects, such as looking after our chickens that our young people will engage with. All these things that we would struggle to do on a day-to-day basis without Remedi, but that add so much to our day-to-day and what we're able to do for young people. Only positive, yeah. We're always very upfront that some young people are going to be coming out with a member of staff and doing some bits and pieces of work, and there's never been anything but positive interest. And we'll talk with the young people actually out on occasion, and it's a really positive part of the whole experience to be able to provide opportunities for Remedi's young people. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Anything we can do to develop our properties and our services along those lines, and we spend a lot of time these days looking at alternative education, outdoor education, and the work on the gardens particularly brings that into our young people's homes. And to be able to use Remedi to do that, and the young people working with you, is just another added benefit that benefits them, benefits our young people, and lets us do more as a service. Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we try and do here is involve our own young people in projects internally as best we can. Give them some ownership in how the organisation works and develops. The potential for sort of restorative action projects in terms of developing growing areas, therapeutic resources for our young people that they can then themselves be involved in is something we're always interested in. To have young people involved in that from the start means it's going to be far more fit for purpose than me sat in a room planning something out. Even for me as a young person, but to get today's young people involved in that and taking some ownership of it, we'd take your arm off.
Oh, lovely.
I think we sort of pride ourselves on any sort of weird, wonderful, creative approach. Is always something we'd love to get involved in. The scope for what young people through Remedi can get involved with NewRoots, particularly through the restorative action projects, is enormous. And if we have the scope to take on any idea, no matter how weird and wonderful, we'll absolutely do it, because the benefits for them, the benefits for us, and the benefits for our young people are too enormous to not.
Yeah.
We'd be fools not to. Yeah, the communication, the relationship we've had with yourselves, with the workers on the ground, has been absolutely spot on. And as the relationship's developed, and there's been some autonomous working start to happen routinely with the groups of young people and workers on the ground, it's really freed us up to step back and really let that ownership come in from Remedi's side and the young people's side, that this is something they can run with independently. There's nothing but benefits for us and our young people, and the benefits for the people on restorative action projects are just so much more than they would have been otherwise.
Yeah.
Very well. Off the back of our relationship with Remedi over the last few years, we've actually incorporated some restorative justice principles into our own internal warnings and disciplinary procedures. Working with yourselves around restorative justice has been a very natural extension of that, and it's lovely that we can still be involved in that process, still in a supportive way with the young people involved with us, but to then involve yourselves with your own expertise and your own ability to facilitate that and get the benefit out of what's actually could have been quite a negative situation. Has been fantastic, and to see the change in the young person and the awareness of what they were doing and why, and to then be able to draw a line under it and move forward in a positive way is brilliant. Yeah, there was some criminal damage on site that was resolved for the most part internally, and then with support from yourselves, we put some restorative justice in place whereby they spent an afternoon doing some basic maintenance on site at our head office. We could see the benefit of them having spent time on it after the fact. Yeah, it was a really good afternoon.